For a long time, being a firefighter has been one of the most dangerous professions, and it is no secret that not all people can withstand such loads, both psychological and physical. Therefore, to become a firefighter, you need to be prepared for everything. After all people who are firefighters know that red-hot flames do not spare the weak and cowardly, but only those who have a heart full of courage. Some New Orleans firefighters would also agree with these words. They have had to put out terrible fires and show unprecedented courage in the face of fire. They have risked their own lives several times to save the lives of others, and for that, they never expect an excellent reward, but continue to do their job saving people from the flames. One day, an operator received a call that a fire had broken out in a private home. It was a neighbor who reported the fire when he discovered it. It is believed that the fire was in the children's room, and those young children were in the house at the time. Firefighters arrived on the scene 5 minutes later and immediately drew up a plan of action, after which they carried it out immediately. Some set about extinguishing the flames, while 2 other experienced firefighters were sent to the burning house to rescue the people. By then, the smoke had engulfed the entire room, and firefighters were groping for the children. Breathing was impossible, and the only thing keeping them alive was oxygen masks, but the children didn't have them, which meant their chances of survival in that inferno were diminishing by the minute. Still, the men kept searching and hoping, believing they would make it. Suddenly, they were radioed to return in a few minutes, as the fire had reached its peak and the house was about to collapse. If they did not return on schedule, they would be buried alive under the rubble. But what about the children? After all, their parents were out there waiting in worry, so the men decided to go all the way. There's no telling how this story might have ended had there not been a persistent, mewing-like sound, growing louder and fainter, but never ceasing for a second. First responders instinctively followed the unusual sound, and the room where the sound came from was already engulfed in thick smoke. The firefighters would have been entirely unaware that the children were lying on the floor, but it was then that their feline friend came to their rescue. The firefighters were about to leave the room, believing that no one was there, but just at that moment, the cat started pulling on the pants of one of the rescuers. They immediately put oxygen masks on the little ones and pulled them out of the terrible inferno, not forgetting the 4-legged heroine. After a minute, when everyone was safe in the open air, the roof of the house collapsed, and then everyone realized that the rescuers and the children were on the verge of death. The children had inhaled a lot of smoke, but their health was not in danger, unlike the cat named Meg, who was in the arms of the firemen and had lost consciousness. The little cat had to be rescued urgently, so she was also revitalized by a particular small oxygen mask, after which Meg regained consciousness a few minutes later. As a fire department member later said, the cat would have to join our team, as she was the one who heroically saved the children and the firefighters with her behavior. A photo of Meg with a mask on her adorable face and inhaling oxygen, taken by people passing by, soon appeared on the internet, and within days it had already gone around the world. By the way, it remains a mystery how the cat managed not to lose consciousness before the rescuers arrived. But that's not the important thing. The most important thing is that everyone was unharmed. In turn, the parents who had gone out to the pharmacy only for a few minutes were convinced that everything would have ended miserably if it had not been for Meg. People on social networks even called her the children's guardian angel. And who knows, maybe the angel had whiskers and a red-haired tail this time. Friends, that's all for today. Write your comments on what you think of this story. Also, like it if you liked the video. See you soon!